This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Oh, hello, Betsy.
Oh, hello, Marcy.
How's it going?
Pretty good. You know, all things considered.
All things
considered.
Yeah, I don't have anything spooky. I got nothing spooky going on right now.
Same. Nothing too spooky has happened. I'm trying to think. No, pretty chill.
Yeah.
I haven't had any like weird spooky dreams or anything. Nothing really.
Thank goodness, right?
Right. I was telling you I saw Gladiator too.
And you didn't like it.
And I big old thumbs down from this emperor.
This emperor said, no, thank you.
No mercy.
No mercy.
But,
That's funny.
Yeah, no mercy. And you saw Wicked and you loved it.
Yes. By the time this comes out, though, we'll be a few weeks out, which was great. I liked Wicked a lot. I feel like a lot of people that I'm friends with were like, I'm not interested in this. But
right.
I like I'm not a person who loves musicals, but I really did love Wicked the musical. I saw it on Broadway. I saw Idina Menzel on it in the show.
Wow.
So it had a high bar, and granted, it's really hard to overwrite one of those amazing performances, but I still liked it. It was fun.
Great. That's huge. Because that is kind of tough where it is like, oh my God, the stage show is so incredible. And we've seen that quite a bit of and the movie just didn't land. Or sometimes I've felt like with Chicago, I was like, the movie is so much better than the stage show.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least it made me understand it more of what. I also saw it when I was younger on Broadway, Chicago. So I was like, what's happening? And then the movie was like, oh, I get it. This is so cool. But a lot of times it's like the movie does not stand up to what the stage show is.
I think the reason why it worked for me is because it was the production design and the costumes and the set and everything was just so incredibly beautiful.
Okay.
It looks so good that, that's a big part of it. And it just, I will say the actors were, I think because when you watch it on stage, actors have to be bigger. So it was a little understated from the two leads.
Oh.
Not in a terrible way.
Right.
But they were somewhat smaller performances than, which is, I think, like I said, maybe better to err on slightly smaller.
Right.
Than more than theatrical on film, because sometimes.
I think go big, go huge. No, just kidding.
Yeah, go nuts.
Go nuts. Go bigger, everybody.
But and it's, like I said, thematically in this moment in time, you're like, oh, this is interesting what this is actually about. Considering that it was made it's still made in the era of people worrying about fascism and stuff. But
yes,
it really in this moment in time felt particularly relevant when you're
dude,
people trying to stop get rid of people and get them out of the city and stuff.
Good Lord,
that's the premise. And then it's about female friendship.
That's always nice. We love a female friendship story. Free me. Free me.
Anyway,
we love that.
I don't need to give press to Wicked. Everyone has watched them hold hands
Everybody's
and cry.
Seeing it. Yeah, everybody's seen that one moment of like, I didn't know.
It's so funny because the press is making it seem way more annoying, and it's not. But their obsessive love for each other is like, we could dial this back a bit.
Yeah, it's so silly. I'm like excited for the movie to be out so I don't have to see this stuff
It's
anymore.
so funny how it's just annoyed people.
It's so just like, oh, I get it. Like, and whatever. But it is just like, oh, God, could it move on? Something else, please.
And like I said, this will be a few weeks after by the time this comes out, but, you know.
Let's just talk about this substance again.
Again and forever. Should we just get into some listener stories?
Let's get into it,
I
dude.
have some long ones, and I feel like
yes.
Let's kick back and relax and see what these long stories have to give us.
I am so down.
All right.
Let's do it.
Hi, ladies. Thank you for your awesome podcast. I'm a big fan and a loyal listener. So I'll tell you a few stories about myself or my experiences, not exactly spooky, but hopefully interesting to you and the listeners. So the first thing is about how when I was a kid, I was apparently able to see auras. I don't remember it all that well, but my family does, and they will tell me about it from time to time. I was around 7 years old, and my Nana was at my house reading a book, and I asked her what she was reading. She said she was reading a book about learning how to see auras, and explained what that was to me, and said it was, like a colorful light that you see around somebody's head and shoulders, and it tells you something about them. And I said something to the degree of like, like the red that I see around my friend Sarah, or the yellow that I see around my teacher. And she was totally stunned and also like excited, like, oh my gosh, my granddaughter can see auras. And then it was like a thing, like having my mom or her asking me to see their auras or tell them what somebody else's aura was. And I remember that it felt true to me. Like, sure, like I was 7 years old, I could have been making it up just to like seem interesting or whatever. Kids do crazy things, but I do remember it this way as well, to some extent. And I felt like all the attention that I was getting was starting to maybe have a negative effect on me and made me feel like weird and different. And soon after that, I wasn't really able to see auras anymore. And in my adult life, I have worked to get the gift back, or that ability back. And I can do it when I work at it, but it doesn't happen naturally anymore. And most of the time I just forget that the ability is even there, lying dormant. But maybe one day I'll have more time to spend paying attention to it and maybe utilizing it in some way that is for good. Okay, so moving on, fast forwarding to more recently, a few years ago, after I had my first child, I was going through postpartum anxiety and insomnia, and I hadn't slept for like a couple of months. I was not sleeping very well, maybe just a couple hours a night. My baby was sleeping fine, but I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't relax enough. And I was at my parents' house one night. I was sleeping in my childhood bed and lying awake, fully awake, feeling frustrated and sad and like a deep sense of despair, like I was broken, like wondering, will I ever be able to sleep again? And at that moment, I felt the very familiar sensation of my cat jumping up on my bed, like the front paws landing, the back paws landing, and then the weight of him next to me on the blanket. And then I remembered that I was not at home. I was at my parents' house and my cat wasn't there. And when I realized that, I got like a crazy jolt of chills, like from my head all the way down my spine, down my legs. Um, and then I felt in my mind the words, "You're not alone." Not in like a creepy way, but like in a nice, loving, caring way. And it did feel like it was coming from outside of me. Like I wasn't thinking it. It was like a message being sent to me. And yes, it very much could have been the delirium from lack of sleep. But in that moment, it felt like a real message from beyond, from maybe my spirit guides, reminding me that they're always there for me. And I had been feeling quite alone. So it also felt like a message to like lean on the supports in my life and not try to do the baby care thing all by myself, which I had been trying to do. So, yeah, that was powerful to me. And soon after that, I got psychiatric help and felt much better. So, to all you new mamas out there, know that medication helps and don't hesitate to take it. And yeah, thank God for modern medicine. And then the next thing is some card readings that I had after we had been trying to have another baby. Well, we had only just started trying, so I wasn't really expecting anything to happen very quickly. But I was starting to feel some pregnancy symptoms, and it was really, really early. So, like, I couldn't even take a pregnancy test yet. But I was like, there's no way I can't be pregnant already. Let me do a tarot card reading to see what they say. You know, the next most reliable thing after a pregnancy test is a tarot card reading, right? Um, so the way that I do tarot card readings is I like say a little prayer, and then I receive numbers, like two numbers pop into my head. One number for how many times to shuffle the deck, and one number for where to cut the deck. So I did that, and I got three cards. Well, I pulled three cards. I usually do a three-card reading, and they were like so literal, so on the nose to me. I mean, I know everything is up to interpretation, and different cards mean different things to different people. But to me, and how I read the cards, and how I learned about them, the message was like so literal that, like, yes, you are pregnant. The first one was the Ace of Wands. So the wands to like represent the spirit or fire, and the ace is new beginnings. So it was like the beginning of a new life, a new spirit coming down to earth. The second card was Temperance, and the way that I learned about temperance, well, the image in the Rider-Waite tarot deck, which is sort of the most basic kind of original deck, the picture is of an angel pouring water from one glass or goblet to another. And I learned that it kind of represents the melding of the spirit world and the material world. So you can like imagine like you're literally like a spirit is being poured from heaven down onto earth. And I'll give credit to Lindsay Mack. She is the tarot teacher that I have followed, and I think she's amazing and so wise and talented. And then lastly, the third card was the Ten of Cups, which has an image of a family of four standing outside looking at a rainbow. And there's like an older boy and a younger girl, and they're dancing around and they're like celebrating life. And I have my firstborn is a boy, and my second child is a girl. So it just felt like very literal, like, yes, you are about to have a family of four, and you know, the celebratory aspect of that card as well. So I kind of laughed to myself. It was so, it felt very much like a message to me, like, yes, you were pregnant. But I still didn't trust myself. So I then did an oracle card reading, and it's called Sacred Rebels Oracle Cards or Oracle Deck. I forget exactly how it goes, but I recommend that one as well. And the card that I pulled for that was called Bring It Into Form. And there's a little book that goes along with the cards, and the book was talking about how, like, if when something is ready to be born, there's no stopping it. And it's about uh, like bringing your creations into fruition. So that also felt extremely literal. So what did it say? It said, here are just a couple of brief excerpts. The world needs not only your dreams, but also your creations. And then another sentence from it was like, here it is. Even if it seems unimaginable, when it is time for something to be born into form, nothing can stop it. So I had been thinking, like, this is unbelievable. I can't already be pregnant. But it felt like a message that my baby was ready to come down to earth, ready to join our family, and there's nothing stopping her. And just one other funny little thing about that is that both my children were born early. This second child, she was 4 weeks early, the first only 2 weeks early, and thank God both were and are healthy. I like to think that they were so excited to join our family and come down to earth that they couldn't wait the full 40 weeks. They just had to come early. So those are my 3 stories. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, those kids were ready.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
That's so funny too, that to use divination as like a way to test for pregnancy.
Yeah, and that it was so spot on. Of just like every single card was like, yep.
That's what's happening.
You are having a kid. Here we go.
I feel like Raquel has a lot of like psychic abilities, seeing auras.
Yeah.
And
it seems like her family has been very, like, it's a part of her family.
Yeah.
And like, grandma reading a book about auras, it's like game on.
Right. That it's just in the family business. No, that's not how you say it, but like that it does run in the family. Exactly.
Run in the family. What's the difference between an oracle card, like an oracle reading, and a tarot reading?
I think it's
Do you
just
know that?
different types of decks, like
okay.
Yeah, I don't know that they're used differently. They're just sort of like, it's just based on your preference and different images and stuff. Like they're not designed to, like, I have all kinds of decks that people like to give me as a gift, and they don't have the same amount of cards, or there's a lot of differences, but it's just they're utilized the same kind of.
Right. There's this one that Sissy did.
It's just like angel cards, I believe.
Is that where you you pick a card and it's like, oh, you're a dolphin, and then you look up what you're doing,
animals.
What that means?
Yeah, like that's just like
animals.
the animals. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the different animals have like different meanings for if you like see them, like a fox.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cards for everything.
Cards for everything.
Cards for everything.
For everyone and everything. Okay, I'm going to read a listener story.
Yes.
Sleep paralysis, little green man, and college ghost.
What? Okay.
Hi, Marcy and Betsy. These stories are about my experiences with sleep paralysis, which started in late middle school / early high school and lasted throughout my early 20s. The first few times it happened, it was obviously terrifying, but nothing specific happened aside from the deep sense of dread and panic that would rush over me. I would pray and desperately try and wiggle a finger to wake myself up, and that would usually do it. Anyway, around 8th to 9th grade, I started having a recurring thing happen during these episodes. I would be laying on my back in my bed, eyes wide open, and would see a little green man at the end of my bed. Little, as in like 5 feet tall, maybe. Hey,
that's not too little. Come on, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Come on.
I guess a shorter, yeah. And I say man loosely because he looked like a green Power Ranger with a full green bodysuit and a green mask.
Funny.
I don't remember details about the face. Thank you, brain, for blocking that out. So I'm not sure about that part. He would be standing at the foot of my bed, hands out like Spider-Man shooting a web at me, which sounds funny, but was scary.
Too scary.
Because I would vibrate and start slowly moving down the bed like he was pulling me toward him.
Ew!
I would
what the fuck?
Internally panic for what felt like minutes, slowly getting closer to the end until I would finally wake up and he would be gone, which would have been relieving, except I would wake up below my pillows toward the middle of the bed where I was being pulled. Needless to say, I slept with the TV and my lamps on a lot.
Yes. What? Was that alien?
Oh, good question.
Trying to steal them?
That's a good question. Aliens pulling you. Let's see.
Ew.
That went away after about a year probably. And then I would have more normal sleep paralysis experiences without seeing or hearing things. Just the scary frozen part. Something to note though. Even when I couldn't see or hear anything, I always felt something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to college and I was taking a daytime nap in my dorm when I had a sleep paralysis episode. This time I could see my dorm room and there was a boy standing there, leaning against the door frame like he stopped in to say hey. He was a regular looking boy with like a hoodie and jeans on. He didn't have a scary face and was just looking at me with a curious expression, like just looking at me. I thought maybe I had just left the door open by accident and someone caught me sleeping. Emoji with the arms crossed.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But then I focused really hard on waking up and blinked my eyes to see that my door was shut and there was no one there.
What?
That one was weird to me because was he a dorm ghost? Why didn't he feel so scary? Don't watch people sleep, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Those are my two experiences. I always like hearing other people's sleep paralysis experiences because they are all so scary in new and exciting ways. And it makes me feel less weird. Thanks, you guys. Love the pod. Lindsay.
Lindsay, that feels like a dorm ghost.
And the first one you said that
alien.
It felt like an alien. Oh.
Isn't that spooky? That's too spooky, though. I don't want it to be that one bit.
Yeah. Oh, nasty little alien
like
Power
pulling
Ranger.
you, Power Ranger alien pulling you down. Because they're like, we gotta test you. We must test you.
Oh, no.
But then you will wake up and they're like, oh, bail. They're like, we're gonna keep trying for a year and then we're done.
Because they're like smaller, but not too like, yeah. So it's like, I don't know if I could fully pick her up over my shoulder.
Right.
I don't.
Ew.
Oh, and then the cool boy standing in the
Cool boy standing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wild. I've had that. Like, have you ever had a dream where it is kind of sleep paralysis-y of where, like, this has happened to me when I'm, like, excited for something that's coming later on in the day, you know, where I'll, like, lay down to take a nap and it will be exactly my house.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, whether, because sometimes it's happened like where it's like before we have a party or something, and it's exactly my house. I know a party's happening, and then like I'll hear like knocking on the door, but then nobody's there, and it's a little creepy.
Oh.
But it feels so real. But then I wake up and I'm like on the couch taking a nap, being like, whoa, that felt so real.
The party's knocking for you.
Party's ready to happen.
Is it like an anxiety dream where you're like, I don't want to miss the party?
Probably. Where it's like, did I just? Oh, okay. Okay, it's only been 20 minutes. Okay, we're fine.
I hate that stuff when you are like, let me just rest. And you're like, nope, my brain's too excited and won't let me.
When I worked for Sony, I had like a pretty big, like wild schedule of like, towards the end, I had to get there at like 6 a.m.
Yuck.
It was, and I was doing shows till like 1 in the morning. You know, I was just really burning the candle at two ends pretty stupidly, but it was so fun. And there were times where I would like come home from work, Sony, and it would be like a Friday evening. And I'd be like, I got to take a nap before Friday, before our night. The night happens. And my alarm would go off, and it would say like 7 or something, and I would think I was late to work. And there was one time where I straight up called my boss, being like, I'm so sorry, I'm on my... And they're like, Betsy, it's Friday night. Like, you don't have to come in till Monday. And I was just like, oh, okay, all right, see you then.
Sorry, brain broken from no sleep.
Brain broken because I'm pushing it. Okay, I got one. You ready?
Yes, please.
This one's called Saying Hi to Spirits.
Saying hi to spirits.
Hi, Marcy and Betsy. Or is it Betsy and Marcy?
I don't know.
I think Marcy and Betsy sounds better.
Even though alphabetically it's like Betsy and Marcy.
For some reason, Marcy and Betsy just sounds better. To me. I don't know. In 1998, my husband and I moved into an 83-year-old house. At the time, I only knew a little about this house. We are the fourth owners. A family bought the property and took down an older house and built our house in 1924 to 1925, somewhere in there. They were a Catholic family, and we live close to Catholic University in D.C. Funny name.
Catholic University.
Welcome to Catholic University.
It's like like they couldn't afford to give it a name, so they just were like, it's, like the store brand.
Yeah, they couldn't pick which saint to make it. They're like, I don't know, let's just say Catholic University.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay rights to like Saint Ignatius or anyone.
Yeah. Saint Ignatius has enough. Okay, whatever. They sold the house to an order of priests. They used the house as a residence for nuns who provided housekeeping for seminarians. And in the early 70s, they sold the house to a Catholic foundation who used the house as offices. When we moved in, and as I prepared for my first night in our home, I considered that no one had spent the night here for over 25 years. Before I turned out the lights, I sat up in bed and said, hello. I don't know who might be here. We're going to live here now. You're welcome to stay if you want, but this is going to be our home. Nice.
Okay.
I went to sleep, and I've never had any bad or weird experiences.
Good.
Friends have told us that there are two spirits in our home. One is masculine with a beard. The other is feminine. I've just assumed the feminine spirit is one of the nuns who used to live here. I don't know about the masculine spirit. Could be a family member of the original owner. Could be a prior owner. There's a former Civil War fort across the street, but no battles here. The property was part of a large farm that took up a big chunk of the neighborhood. There have been a couple people who had encounters with our spirits. One blamed the spirits for money that we were missing.
Oh.
We didn't believe her, and soon after she said she often felt she was being chased up the stairs. You think she took the money?
Yeah.
The money that's missing is a spirit. Don't look in my pockets.
Definitely not my pockets. It's in the ghost pockets.
It's in the ghost's pockets. Not mine, but don't look. I know they're bulging and they look like they have a bunch of money in them, but that's just the style.
It's the style of pockets. It's called pickpocket pockets.
Pickpocket pockets. Another friend was helping us to paint one of the bedrooms. The ghost started moving the paint cans around.
Uh-oh.
Our friend freaked out, but closed up the paint cans and walked to the nearby monastery gardens and called my husband. Another friend says the spirits like to play in the light in the periphery. I've taken to inviting them to join our parties so they know they're welcome. So not scary. They just live here, David.
That's really nice that you just are a very gracious host.
Honestly, that's too nice. I mean, you guys got to get out of here. Nuns, get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want any ghost nuns.
Well, they're not fun to party with, I guess.
No, unless they're Sister Act nuns, then they're fun to party with.
That's true, and true, and a very good point, Betsy.
I love that.
I
movie
love him.
so
I
much.
love him. I love him.
I love
and
him.
where I
And
go,
when he goes, I'll follow. I love that movie so much.
God, Nicole was just Nicole's always talking about it, but she was just talking about it yesterday to me.
Okay, we should watch it.
Okay.
There was last year I was sick for like a couple of days. I watched it like 3 times.
3 times.
It was just like one where I was just kind of like, what am I in the mood for? And I was like, I think I'm in the mood for Sister Act again.
On repeat.
It makes me laugh so hard.
Ugh.
She's brilliant. Whoopi is so good. Everybody's so good. Whoopi is so good.
Whoopi is truly an impressive person.
Yes.
Love Whoopi. Named that way because she farts a lot.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
So she was a baby and they're like, oof. This baby's like a whoopee cushion.
That's actually not, if you can believe it, her government name. It's not her. It's not on her birth certificate.
Duh.
And
Okay.
Goldberg is also not her name.
Duh. Okay.
It's all a stage name. Yeah.
Gosh, you learn something new every day.
Hey, and I'm glad.
What's her real name? I gotta look that up.
I think it's Caroline something. Let's see. Whoopi Goldberg. Real name is Karen Elaine Johnson.
Oh, wow. Good call going Whoopi.
Yeah. And let's see. And no ex-husband by the name of Goldberg either. I think spouses, let's see. The first spouse was David Clayson, a Dutch photographer. Then Lyle Trachtenberg.
Oh.
And then, did you know? I didn't realize that she was with Frank Langella Jr. for a while.
No, I had no idea.
Do you know who that is? You've seen him and stuff. He's like a Broadway actor and like a.
Let me look.
Frank Langella.
Langella.
You know his
Junior?
face. Yeah. Frank Langella and David Shin.
Junior. Frank Langella. Come on, load. Oh, you know what's wild is that's who popped in my head when I was like, is it that guy? I didn't know they were together. He's great.
And how long was she with Ted Danson?
I don't know.
Let's see. How long? Let's see. She wasn't married. Oh, they dated for like a year and a half.
Okay. We all were just hoping it was way longer.
Let's see. Should I play?
Should we listen to one?
Yeah, let's play another listener story.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Betsy and Marcy. My name's Jameela. I use they, them pronouns.
And I'm Saoirse. I use she, her pronouns.
And we've been dating for about 3 years now. So in November 2020, I sent in a listener story. In April, I sent in a listener story. It got read in the November 2020 listener stories. It was on Fidel Castro. I was in Cuba and I went to the wake and then also had a pretty spooky dream about him, and you all enjoyed it, so I thought I would send in another one. I thought it would be kind of cute if we told one about our trip to New Orleans in 2022 for our friend's birthday, which is coincidentally today. Happy birthday, Trisha. We love you.
Happy birthday, Trisha.
Happy birthday. And yeah, so I thought it would be cute to just tell you about our trip there and some spooky and cool things that happened to us. So for context, as I said, I'm like a pretty spiritual person. I get a lot of like deja vu, kind of weird premonition stuff, but I've never seen like an apparition or anything.
And I really go back and forth on where I feel I like land spiritually. I identify as a Celtic Druid because that's like ancestral practice for me. I've definitely had some experiences. Maybe I'll talk about some in the future. Who knows? But also, I was raised in a cult, so spiritualism is an interesting thing for me. It's an interesting subject. So I'm not really sure exactly where I land on believing or disbelieving.
Getting into it, as I said, it was my friend's birthday, and one of my other friends was staying in Telluride for the summer, so they were gracious enough to offer up their place, so we didn't have to pay for an Airbnb or anything. And so it was like an old style kind of shotgun house. I'm not sure when it was built, but relatively old. Even kind of from the first night, I was getting kind of some weird vibes. Like I was in the kitchen. I think we were pre-gaming with just like a big bottle of Svedka. I think that they had left for Mardi Gras or something. I was sitting and I got like another funny feeling, haha. And it kind of felt like before a storm, kind of when the air is like really ominous and heavy. And we were there in September, but it definitely was not stormy weather. So it was just kind of like, ooh, that kind of ominous feeling. So yeah, we had generally a fun time.
Yeah, I feel like I should preface and say that this trip was the first time that I ever tried shrooms. And it was fantastic. So the whole like weekend that we were there in New Orleans, it was a lot of potent vibes, both kind of creepy, both very fun. The air was thick.
Yeah.
The air was very thick.
Yeah. So the second day that we were there, we woke up, it was me, Saoirse, and another one of our friends, broad daylight, sitting in the kitchen. So Saoirse's kind of sitting on one side of the table by the window, and then we just hear kind of like some pop, 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 like weird knocking that, you know, and then I think we looked, right?
Yeah, it was like kind of light, kind of rapid knocking. This is like a kind of thin wall, and this is a wall to the outside, window right next to it, and we like looked out the window. Nobody there. It was the middle of the day. It was maybe like 1, 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah. And then so like you moved, right, to like the other side of the...
Yeah, so at the table, like where we were sitting, I was next to the wall with the wall originally on my left, and I like moved to the other side of the table so the wall was on my right. And then we like go back to talking to the point that that moment has passed and we're not really thinking about it anymore. After we've been talking for a little bit, suddenly like right next to my head, there's another knock, but it's more of like a like slam against the wall. Like it was loud, and I remember I like kind of jumped. It almost felt like it followed me. It was really weird.
Yeah. So nothing really creepy happened until the last night that we were there, but we thought you all would appreciate that we did go on a haunted ghost tour bar crawl in the French Quarter. We looked it up, not 100% sure what the tour guide's name is because we were all very, very drunk, but we think that the org is called New Orleans Ghost Adventures Tours, and it's the haunted pub crawl on TripAdvisor. So definitely recommend if you or any of the listeners are there. We saw some cool stuff. Don't remember a lot of the ghost stories, but we did go to...
we went to Lafitte's Blacksmith bar. That's the oldest bar in the country. It was built like sometime in the early 18th century. And they have this drink called the frozen purple voodoo drink. We both got one and... Done.
Killed us, but also got us right. Got us real right.
Got us right in the worst way.
Yeah, and then another funny caveat we thought you all would appreciate is there's like designs in the railings in the French Quarter that they kind of pointed out to us that like indicate like what different establishments were for. And we looked at one and it was like, oh, what's that? And it was like, it looks like a sausage. Oh, okay, that's like the delicatessen. What, the meatery? What would you call that?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
It was something like that.
Yeah, like a meat shop.
Like a deli?
Yeah, and then he points out another one.
butcher?
He's like, what does that look like? And I'm like, it looks kind of like a penis. And he's like, yeah, that's the brothel. So yeah, just silly stuff like that. We'll attach some pictures as well. So that was cute. But then the last night was really where things started popping off, and I was asleep. So I'll let Saoirse tell that one.
Jameela and I stayed the latest of like all the friends that we were with. So we ended up spending one night in that old shotgun house. And granted, this house, when we say old, is probably at least like 100 years old. And so we spent one night alone in it because we were visiting your brother. And so while we were there, I can tell when Jameela falls asleep, right? I can tell a difference in their breathing. I just know the difference between laying in bed and having actually fell asleep. As soon as their breathing slowed down to where they were actually asleep, it was like the room lit up, like spiritually speaking. The room suddenly like came to life. And it was really weird. Already the house had felt weird before we went to bed when it was just the two of us. It already felt kind of ominous, but then they fell asleep and suddenly I couldn't see these presences per se, but like if you ever have heard a sound that's so soft, you basically feel it on your eardrums more so than you hear it. It was like that, but visually. It was like imprints in my vision. I remember I look over and so I'm on the left side of the bed, Jameela's on the right, and then I look to my right, and on the other side of the bed, like standing on the other side of Jameela is like three presences just kind of there. There's one that was like, I remember it was like tall and like very dark, like almost like darkness seeping out of it in the corner. And then like I looked to my left and there was one like really close, really, really close. And I'm still laying down. I'm not like sat up or anything, but it like gets up like closer to me and it feels almost like it's communicating to me, but like not in language so much as more in feeling, and is very curious, but not an innocent curiosity. It's not malevolent, but it's like not benevolent either. It's like a really alien, really intense curiosity. One thing that I started to think about and a feeling that I started to get was that this thing was like trying to figure out what I am. Like it was almost saying, what are you? For context, I'm trans, and it felt very much like this thing had never seen or conceptualized of a trans person before. And I'm trying to keep calm. If there's anything that my interaction with the spiritual world has always taught me, it has always been to stay chill and like don't react too hard. So I'm kind of not really reacting. I'm like acknowledging, okay, I see you. I see that you're here. I don't necessarily care. It's not an issue for me. So I like stay laying down and I kind of like roll over like I'm going to continue sleeping. And it like comes and leans over like way closer. And I was feeling really investigated. And that like just conviction in my mind just felt so much stronger of just like, this thing has not seen a trans person before, has not seen like gay people before, and is just trying to figure out what I am. And then I fell asleep and it was weird, but nothing bad happened, thankfully.
Yeah, so thank God I was asleep for that, because I would have been freaking out and probably the spirits would have gotten pissed or freaked out too. But the next day we woke up and we actually went to this graveyard that your friend who is a voodoo practitioner recommended, called Holt Cemetery. Yes. And we couldn't go inside proper because it was, I think, gated off or closed. It's like on some I think like a college campus or something. But as we were instructed, we did leave an offering. What was it?
Yeah, my friend, ex-coworker, and distant cousin, Misa, love you, is a voodoo practitioner. And they said like, hey, what you need to do is you need to leave an offering of some sort. Just so that you're okay with the spirits in the cemetery. So we brought 2 coins. I think we had $2 gold. Yeah. If I remember correctly. We went to the bank for it.
And some alcohol.
Yeah, and like a nib of alcohol. I think it was bourbon specifically.
Yeah. But, we couldn't go in, but we left it anyways. But anyways, this is getting kind of long. So in conclusion, we attached some pictures for you, and it's just us on, one of the nights out, and then me listening very intently and very drunk on the ghost tour. Some pictures of the brothel railings that we mentioned, and also a picture of Holt Cemetery. So we hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you liked it. And you also have a story of your own that you could send in, right?
Yeah, I do have a story about one little weird night that happened with, is my sister a ghost? Who knows? Maybe I'll send that story in.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks
Try not to shit your pants.
Bye.
Oh, what if they did New Orleans right?
Wow, I know. I want to go to New Orleans with them.
I know.
Y'all nailed it. Whoa.
This
dude.
The railing outside the brothel is very funny because it definitely is.
Oh, wieners.
Wiener Town.
That is so funny.
And they look
I
like
gotta go back.
They look like
I
they're
gotta
having
go
a
back.
blast too.
This looks so fun.
So fun. Y'all rule. And the scary that's so funny to think about, like, if there is another being or entity that's like, wait a second, a new type of human that I haven't seen before.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and just, that curious, like, not shitty.
Yeah.
But also not, like, cool. Just kind of like, what's going on here?
Yeah, what's this all about?
I like the oh my god, my brain is mushy. I like the you gotta be chill.
Yes, that as
that blew my mind of like, I gotta remember that.
Yeah, I guess that works for a lot of
yes
situations. Just be chill.
Just be chill. You gotta be chill when this shit happens, even though it's so scary and weird.
Yeah. Oh,
this
man.
This looks fun. I want to go to New Orleans.
Yeah,
shit.
Let's do it.
Shit.
Do it, dude.
I want to go to New Orleans.
We can.
We can.
All right. I'm going to listen. I'm going to read another.
And I'm going to listen.
You listen. I'll read.
You read. I'll listen.
Okay.
This
one, it says dreamy premonition.
Oh.
Hi, Marcy and Betsy. Long time, first time. Hello from Ireland.
Cool.
Very cool. I just wanted to share an experience I had earlier this year involving dreams and death, the good stuff.
Oh.
Death was unfortunately a predominant theme in my life at the time of this occurrence. 2 days before this happened, I had visited my good friend in the hospice to say my final goodbye, and my cousin had passed 3 months previous, so I was undergoing significant grief and mental processing.
Oh.
One morning, I was asleep and dreaming. In my dream, my auntie came to me looking for help. Side note, I'm a trainee therapist who is overly familiar with the feeling of imposter syndrome. So I tend to have anxiety dreams where people come to me for help and I don't know how to help them. However, this dream didn't feel that way. It felt calmer than usual. In the dream, my auntie told me that her husband, my uncle, was very upset and was unable to stop crying. I believe she used the words sobbing like a child.
Oh.
She said she was sure I would understand what he was going through and that she needed to be his rock at this time. This was when the dream ended, before she could explain why he was so upset or before I could respond. I woke up, and just minutes later, I received a text from my ma'am saying that my uncle's brother, with whom he was very close, had passed away that early that morning.
Oh.
Following an illness about which I was unaware. My friend passed away 4 days later. Oh, God. I've told myself it was just a coincidence, and I love coincidences, but I can't help but feel like it was more than that. However, I can't quite put into words what that feeling might be. It felt as though we were being brought together spiritually through shared experiences so that neither would feel alone. And the fact that my cousin's death had made me want to further connect with my extended family supports this feeling for me. I'm not sure. All thoughts welcome. Thanks so much for reading and for the podcast. Sending lots of love. Philippa, probably.
Philippa. Whoa. Like, because even, let's say, if it wasn't anything necessarily like paranormal, even though I think it was.
Me too.
But just having that on your mind of like wanting to kind of reconnect and like, connect more with this side of your family or whatever.
Yeah.
To then have that dream to real. But I think it's too specific to not be, to me, paranormal or like something special.
I agree. I mean, it's whether it's intuition or a visitation, but and just like in a form that you would understand it, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's good, Marcy.
You said it.
But a form that you understand it. That's good.
Thank you. I'm good.
Marcy!
Wow, I really did it.
Marcy, you did it, dude.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Hooray for Marcy, everyone. Whoa, yeah. I think there's something a little bit more than a coincidence.
Me too.
I think it's too specific.
Agreed.
That, yeah. Oh, whoa. Oh,
what a tough time, too.
Oof, yeah. Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Listener story. Motorcycle guy at Trader Joe's. Cool. Maybe this is just about a cool
story
dude.
about a cool guy.
Story about a cool guy. Hi, Marcy and Betsy. I love your spooky podcast. I'm so happy to finally write in with a story which I've only told a couple of close friends. Oh. Ooh.
And now you're sharing it with other close
the world.
friends. Yes.
The world. My story takes place on a bright and crisp Sunday morning a couple of years ago in the suburbs of Dallas, Texas. This particular morning, I walked into my super busy neighborhood Trader Joe's. We're talking cart to cart navigating the store. Oh yeah, I've experienced that in Trader Joe's. I get overstimulated by the energy and noise of so many people in a smallish place, so I had my AirPods in to muffle the ensuing chaos. Yes. As I start my shopping, I walk toward the right-hand side of the store to produce, make my way toward the back for meats, and come back up the frozen aisle, quickly collecting my goods. I'm minding my own business, listening to probably a comedy podcast or a spooky podcast, and trying my best not to become annoyed with the crowd of shoppers. Happy emoji, and then upside down happy emoji. At this point, I'm back to the front of the store near the cash registers, facing the entrance, trying to figure out what I need to get next. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a tall, young, handsome man walk into the store. I'm fully looking at him at this point. He's thin and fit, youngish looking, wearing a white undershirt type of t-shirt and light wash jeans. The short sleeves of his shirt are rolled up the way we used to do in the 90s. The jeans are kind of dirty and dusty looking, also rolled up cuffs at the bottom of the jeans. He's wearing white Reebok looking sneakers. I remember finding it odd that he's holding a big motorcycle helmet under one arm, but he's not pushing a cart or holding a shopping basket. Now at this point, I should tell you, I am 5'1", teeny.
The size of a small green man.
Tiny. Yeah. And this man was probably more than 6 feet. So I did notice his body, clothes, and helmet first, which were at my eye level.
Hubba hubba.
At this, I know this is hunky. At this point, he's almost walked right up to me and is passing me. What I'm about to say next all happened within seconds. As I scanned upward toward his face, I noticed blood on his shoulders and chest. I realize it's dripping from above onto his white shirt. The blood was coming from his head, which was covered in blood-soaked bandages.
Oh my God.
It looked like the bandages had been wrapped lengthwise around his head, vertically covering his ears and jaw and around the top of the head so that I could see his face and only a bit of his dusty blonde hair. I locked eyes with this man, his steely blue eyes. I am positive he stared back at mine. In a split second, I felt that panic cold sweat feeling run through my body. Thoughts were racing through my mind. OMG, someone help this man. This is unsanitary. How can someone come into a grocery store literally dripping with blood? I look around desperately at the fellow shoppers all around me. Wait, why isn't anyone else reacting? No one seemed to care. Hang on, is anyone else seeing this? What is this man doing here? Maybe he came to buy medicine or bandages? Could he be confused because freaking Trader Joe's doesn't sell medicine or bandages? Oh no, what am I seeing? Oh,
I was just
Marcy.
thinking that. You can't get any of that stuff at Trader Joe's.
At this point, I'm panicked, looking around to see if anyone else is alarmed by this. Every other shopper was going about their business completely unbothered. I locked eyes with him again, and the way he looked at me, I remember getting the message or feeling, don't you dare say a word, or I don't need your help.
Sorry, excuse me.
Rude. At this point, he passed me near the registers and went to check out at one of the furthest registers. I remember being afraid to look at him again because I didn't want to be so rude staring at him like that. Curiosity got the best of me. I looked for him again when I was certain he'd be walking out through the exit. I didn't see him. It was like he vanished. The cashier didn't look at all bothered, and no one else seemed to be alarmed at all. Was I imagining things? Was this normal? The amount of blood on his soaked through bandages was substantial and dripping. Surely other shoppers would have been as concerned as me, right? I will never know. But that Trader Joe's location is near a very busy interstate highway and super tricky intersection where traffic literally goes at an X. There are accidents there frequently. I can't shake that funny feeling that maybe he was involved in a motorcycle accident nearby. Who knows? What do y'all think? Much love, Karla.
Okay.
Marcy.
Okay, was a ghost shopping at Trader Joe's? Or was it a premonition of something to happen?
Whoa. Like an accident was gonna happen or something?
Or was it a ghost?
Or was it a ghost? Nobody else react. Like, this is like Sixth Sense shit. Like, this is like...
Because, like, was the guy really there and not bloody? Like, was the guy really there and just, like, normal? But Karla
was seeing Marcy.
Or was the guy not there at all and it was a ghost that had already passed? Or, yeah, that was the options, I think. That's all I got. Those two.
Marcy, give me more options. Whoa.
Creepy.
That is freaky.
Freaky
deaky. Oh my God.
I don't know that we've heard one like that before. You little Haley Joel Osment, you?
Yeah, geez Louise.
Oh, wait, Osment, right? Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah. Oh, I'm reading this Stephen King book called Later right now. about a kid who could see dead people.
Does he
And
not?
this feels
Does he
very...
Does he not know about that book?
No, they reference.
Oh, okay, good.
They talk about the movie a lot, where it's like, and I'm telling you, it's not like The Sixth Sense, or it is like The Sixth Sense. There will be moments where they're like,
That's funny. Steven's
Yeah,
just
isn't
like,
that funny?
look, I'm writing books no matter what. Sometimes they're going to be original and sometimes they're not.
look, I'm cranking out like it feels like 3 books a year. Let me
Lot of books.
tons of books, and they're all for the most part pretty fucking fun.
Pretty good books, guys. So
Pretty fun books.
give me a damn break.
Dude, what? That's a ghost.
That-
Especially with that intersection. Jeez, it feels like every Trader Joe's is by a really shitty intersection.
Yeah, I guess they're like, great, people can, yeah, because the one in Silver Lake,
Awful.
awful. Also, every time I go there, I do think about that shooting
Oh, I know.
with the woman who was a worker there got shot by a cop.
It's so scary.
Bums me out every time.
It's so scary.
Well, I keep saying bummer stuff on this episode. Well, let me play just to clean our palates. I'll play a very short listener story.
It's just you like talking about like this like Hindenburg blowing up or something. It's like, Marcy.
Well,
I want to listen to this listener story.
We've said it before and we'll say it again. You don't get ghost stories from happy times, you know?
That's true.
I mean, sometimes you can have a
can,
nice one, but for a lot of them, they're Bummervilles. Bummervilles. All right.
Okay, yeah, let's listen to
One last little one.
Hello, beautiful ladies. I am driving and I have another story for you, although I'm kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel here with my paranormal stories. So this one is about the first time I went to a bar after I turned 21. I went to this really shitty bar club thing with my kind of shitty friends. Turned out not to really be my scene. It was a place called Jazz Bones, which sounds cool, but it just ended up being like, you know, the type of place that sells Jell-O shots in syringes. And throughout the night, I kept feeling somebody grab my ass. And I would whip around really fast and look for who did it, and there would be nobody there. I later found out that Jazz Bones is notoriously haunted. So, lucky me, the first night I went out, the only person that hit on me was dead. And what was I going to do? Like, whip out a Ouija board and be like, yes or no, do you think I'm pretty? Can you send me your number? No, it was a bummer, but I guess a good story. And later on, I found better places that suited me. That turned out to be gay bars. Always better. Go to a gay bar. All right. I miss you guys. I don't miss you guys. I love you guys, and you're great, and I love a funny feeling, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
We miss you.
We miss you. I want to go to Jazz Bones. That place sounds funny.
Jazz Bones.
And I want a ghost to grab my titties.
Oh, Betsy, don't ask for that.
Slap my
Jazz
titties, you
Bones
ghost.
bar. Oh yeah. There's a lot of places called Jazz Bones. Just so you know.
Dang, that's a good name.
Yeah. Grab
Jazz Bones.
ass grabbing ghost.
Ass grabbing ghosts. Oh my goodness.
Also, first time out, really taking advantage.
Yeah, come on, ghosts.
Come on, at least wait for someone to be 22, please.
Yeah, come on. Jazz Bones.
Jazz
Ass
Bones.
grabbing ghosts.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's go to Jazz Bones and see if our butts will get squeezed.
Oh, I'll be so offended if I don't get
Please
a
honk
squeeze in.
my butt.
Honk my ham
Honk
hocks.
this hunk.
Honk this hunk.
Yeah. Honk my ham hocks, please.
Please. You guys, please keep sending us in your stories.
Yes.
We are still in need of more. Oh, guess what? We'll always be in need of more.
Yeah, honestly, we're always in need.
We're the
That's
neediest.
just how it is. We're little needies.
Needies. Needy little sweeties.
Needy little sweeties.
Yeah, send it in to us. Goodbye, you guys.
Goodbye.
Oh, yeah! Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants!
That was a HeadGum podcast.